Well guys, fall or even winter is here, and the water temperatures have gotten down for us into the mid to upper 40s. So for me, that means from now on, one of the first things I'm going to grab is a jerkbait. Now until next spring, when the water temperature gets back up to the mid and upper 50s, the jerkbait has got to be one of your go-to lures. So what we're going to do today, we're going to take a standard floating jerkbait and we're going to turn this into a suspending or slightly sinking jerkbait. Stick with me. Going to get a little close up. We're going to get a little closer, guys, so you can show what I'm doing here. I've just got a small container with water so we can test these. Now the key is when you're out fishing with a jerkbait, as I said, it's got cold water. So I've added some ice cubes and I've got this water temp down to 47 degrees. So we're getting pretty close to what we're going to have if we're going to be out fishing in the cold water. Now the first thing I want to show you, hang on, let me get the package right here. This is a Lucky Craft suspending jerkbait. Now this is not a cheap jerkbait. I believe these things are, actually I had a guy give it to me, but I think they're about $14 if I remember what he said. But I want to show you real quick. When I put this in, go past the ice cubes. There we go. You can see a real slow sink. There we go. It's got a very, very slow sink to it at 47 degree water. But that would be your suspending. Now, here's one that should be. This is Bass Pro. We'll see what this one is. Whoa. Totally different on this side. Now, this one's definitely not. You can see that nose come up. All right, we'll work on that one here in just a little bit. We can take that off the side. Got a couple more. Try this one. There we go. That one's got a nose up too. So we'll have to work on that one. I got one more. Here's one last one. Let's see what we got here. Now it's coming up pretty fast. That one, if you notice, you see it's staying level, but it is rising. So we can get that one to stay level and to stay a little bit more suspending. And the way we're going to do all this is with some lead dots or lead strips. I'll show you these right here. These are by Storm. I have the Storm Suspend dots and the Storm Suspend strips. Now they're very small. They have adhesive on the back. And basically what we'll do is we will stick them on the belly of the lure. And that way we can equal out, get a little more weight, and maybe get the nose of these down by putting the weight up front. First thing we're going to have to do is get these all dried off. Then we'll come back and try putting some of the strips or the dots on them. Okay, of those jerkbaits we put in, we had the ones that would sit nose in the air like this. But this is the one here that sat level. It floated, but it sat level. So this is the one we want to go down and suspend. So we're going to try messing with this one here to see what we can get. Now the first thing we're going to do, we're going to use the strips. These are the small lead strips. They got the adhesive back. Just, let's get one here. Pull one off. We're going to put them on the belly. And I'm going to put the first one right behind the front hook. Alright, there we go. Now, I'm thinking we're going to need two. But we're going to keep it level, I'm going to put a second one, and then the odds are it's going to sink, and we're going to have to start cutting it back. So let's put another one on. We'll go right back behind the second hook and put this one right down the middle. All right. We now have two strips on. So let's see how fast this thing's going to go to sink now. I'll probably go to the bottom, I suspect. Let's see what happens. Well, that's not too bad. Look at that front end to spin. We got a little bit too much weight on the back end. That front end is suspending, but the back is holding it. So let's see. Here's what we're going to do. Bring this out. I'm going to take an X-Acto knife. Now I better put some glasses on. Put my reading glasses on so I can see what I'm doing now, so I don't cut my finger off. We're going to go way on the back end back here. I'm going to take about a 1/4 inch off of that. I'm just going to rock back and forth across the weight, the lead weight there, with the X-Acto knife. Get a piece on the corner. There's about a 1/4 inch. Maybe not even a 1/4. I bet that's not even a 1/4 inch. That might be a long, strong 1/8 inch. Let's see what that does to this. Alright, it's really sitting on the middle hook now of the 3. It's got a slow, but the back end's dropping first. So let's come back. Dig out the knife. And we're going to take about a 1/16 inch this time. Just the tiniest bit. I'll stick that in the table in case I need it again. Alright, now let's see what we have here. Back end's going down. It's kind of slow yet. It's got a slow fall. I'm going to do it again. And I think basically that's all you're going to end up doing, guys, is you're just going to put on the weight, and then you're going to have to slowly just keep taking off a little at a time until you get what you're looking for. Let's see what we got now. There. If you notice, we got a nice level, straight drop, and a very slow sink. I can live with that. I got a little sink to it, but if you remember, here's that $14 lure. Now see, it's got a little bit slower sink there. That one's got a little slower sink than this one. So what we could do is we can keep adjusting just a little more. We'd probably have to start taking a little on each side. Take a little from the back, take a little from the front, because we got a good straight drop now. We don't want to lose our level drop. That one came down a little. Let's try that again. Let's see what we got here. Now see, after sitting out for a little bit, that warmed up just a little. That's already. So let's take a little more. Let's see what happens here. Come back, take another maybe 1/16 inch. Let's see if we can get that back level again. Water temperature is going to mean so much. You're going to think you have this just right. Change your water temperature 5 degrees and it's not going to be right. You just have to live with that. There we go. Out of curiosity, what do I still have for a water temp? I have a 45-degree water temp. I'm back there. I got a nice level. And I'm going to stick with that. That's going to be, I'm going to be happy with that. I've now taken a floated level, but I took a jerk bait that was floating. I've added my lead weights. I now have a nice, slightly sinking, suspended jerk bait that I can use. Well, there you go, guys. That is how you take a floating jerk bait, add just a little bit of the lead strips to it, and you can bring it down and make it a slightly sinking or suspending jerk bait. This is the time of year to do it. I'll tell you, water temperatures in the 40s, the jerk bait can be a killer. Again, I use the Storm Suspend strips. They also have the Storm Suspend dots. I'll put a link down in the description, so if you're looking for these, you can find them. Hey, thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to our channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.